she didn't want nobody to know that she danced. You ever have a friendship turn off? Like something that a friend has done and now it's like, ugh, I don't know if I could kick it with you no more after that. And it's not like I was like picking sides, but it was just, hey y'all, welcome back to my video. It's Taylor Kai here, and today we're going to do a little bit of a story time and a get ready with me. I did a little something different with this one. I actually asked ChatGPT to create me something to wear, something, or kind of like style me, right? So I'll insert the photo probably over here, I don't know. And I'm gonna recreate that look while I tell you guys the story. All right, y'all, so let's get right into it. I just conditioned my hair and now it is time to do it. I know her hair is like wavy, mine is obviously way more curly, so we just gonna try and make it do what it do. Anyway, so this is about the time I found out that my two friends was some 304's, and you already know what that means. So let's see. One of the girls I met, we're gonna name her, let's just name her Diamond, right? Just for the sake of it. I met her in school, and this was years ago. I met her in school, but during that time, she didn't dance. And then there was another girl, and we're gonna name her, we'll call her Samantha. Sam, or Sam for short. There's another girl named Sam, and I met her on a video shoot. We actually became really cool. Mind you, Samantha and Diamond didn't know each other. And at this time, I wasn't really kicking it with Diamond like that. I more so was hanging out with Sam. Now, me and Sam, we exchanged phone numbers. And we would hang out from time to time. She would like invite me. She was like the it girl back then. So like she would like invite me to different parties and stuff like that. And we would kick it. Mind you, I really didn't know what she did. I think she was telling me that she worked at like a retail store. Like she was selling clothes at a mall or something like that. Like she was like a sales associate or something. I don't know. Anyway, and at this time, I was working at the mall. I was working for BCBG. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that brand. So one day I was off of work and she calls me. I'll never forget. I was sitting in my room. She calls me and she was telling me that she was looking for a new job. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like I told her, I was like, well, I think my job is hiring. Why don't you try and come up in there? And she was like, well,
how much I get paid?
And I told her back then, I don't remember how much I was getting paid at that time. Especially back then, it was little to nothing. But I told her how much I was getting paid, and this girl was like,
Taylor, that's not gonna pay me enough.
So I was like, well, shoot, excuse me. Wasn't no shade to me. Like, I really didn't care. Stuff like that didn't really bother me. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I was like, so what you gonna do? She's like,
you know what, Taylor, I'm gonna tell you something.
And I'm like, oh, okay, what's up? She was like,
I'm gonna tell you because, you know, I really don't care what you think of me anymore.
I laughed. I'm like, okay, so what's up? She's like,
so I dance.
I'm like, oh, okay, so you, like what? Like ballet and shit? You know, like Drake or whatever. She's like,
no, I work at a bikini bar.
I'm like, a bikini bar? What's that? And mind you, I was green. Like, we were young, and back then, being a dancer was like super taboo. Not like how it is now, where it's like girls in high school are just ready to be dancers because they see everybody doing it. And like, yeah, it wasn't like that back then. So she was like,
I dance topless at these little bikini bars.
I'm like, oh, okay, like that's what's up. Like I'm nowhere near a judgmental type girl. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And I was intrigued. Granted, no, I didn't want no parts of that. But, you know, she was just, I just wanted to know what it was like. And she was like,
Well, I actually travel. I worked at a bikini bar in Texas.
mind you, we lived nowhere near Texas. So clearly, she was a traveling dancer. And she was like,
Really? I'm trying to get out the bars. I really just want to just be a full-blown out stripper.
I was just like, oh, okay, well, shoot, do what you got to do. So she's like,
well, I'll figure something out.
And from there on, like, she was always open about, like, the job she did or whatever. I never really asked too much questions. I just, in my eyes, I just looked at it like, shoot, I got a friend that danced. Oh, well, like, that was it for me. Like, I didn't really care to know too much information out of that. Like, I was never, like, the nosy friend, you know what I'm saying? So years go on, we cool. She's still dancing. She's traveling from Vegas to Houston to New York. She's just going everywhere. Because one thing about her, she didn't want people in our hometown to know, you know, she didn't want nobody to know that she danced in our city or nothing like that. She just didn't, she wasn't like, I guess, whatever the case may be, she wasn't really proud of what she was doing, but she loved the money she was making. And back then, the money that she was telling me she was making was decent for back then. I want to say she would come home from, let's say, Vegas with like $2,000 in a week or something like that. So like, yeah, that was that. Anyway, years go by, and sorry if you see me looking, I'm looking at the picture on my iPad to see what I need to do to get my hair right. So anyway, years go by, and now I'm starting to get cool with Diamond. Mind you, I had already left my hometown, so Diamond and Sam were still in my hometown, and I was back in California. So it got me to thinking, I'm like, dang, you know what? I actually know another dancer, because at this time, Diamond was already out as a dancer. People knew she danced or whatever the case may be. So I'm like, you know what? I know a dancer. Like, y'all would probably be cool and y'all live in the same state. So she's like, who was I telling that to? I was telling that to Diamond. Diamond's like,
Okay, so what's her name?
I'm like, oh, her name is Samantha. She actually travels, but you know, you might just somebody to kick it with, maybe make some. Not sure if Samantha was willing to actually start dancing in the same city. So whatever the case might be, I end up putting all of us on a 3-way call. And you know, everything's cool. Like I said, I'm in LA, and you know, it's like, oh, okay, this is cute. My friends getting to know my other friends, blah, blah. Man, as I get older, I know not all friends need to be friends. Like, sometimes mixing people all together just doesn't, it's not really a good idea. So, one day, we're on a 3-way call, and I don't know who brought up this conversation, and Samantha's like,
So, Diamond, do you have any crazy client stories?
and in my head I'm like, clients, okay, that's interesting, but hey, if that's what dancers call them, that's what dancers call them. So she's like,
Yes, girl, I got a whole bunch of stories that I could tell.
and she was like,
Tell me like your most wildest, craziest experience.
damn it, I done put way too much on here. Yeah, don't judge me, okay? Okay, don't judge me. But anyway, she's like, yeah, tell me your craziest experience. So she was saying how one time one of the clients had invited her out and was trying to mess with her, and I had cut her off. I'm like, wait, y'all be like hunching on your clients? And they were like, no. Both of them was like, no.
Oh no, like you always find a way out. You don't have to do all of that to make money. Like you always find an excuse or whatever. Like you make them think that you're gonna do that, but you really don't.
And they were like, yeah, yeah, like, I mean, they both started agreeing with each other, like, yeah, like that's how the game goes. So me being naive and just believing like what they gotta lie to me for or whatever, right? Man, I don't put way too much, but we gonna work it out. Just trust the process, okay? Trust the process. So she's like, what did Diamond say? She was like, okay, so she said there was this one guy who wanted to get a room with her. And in my head, I'm still thinking like, room? What the heck? But she said she never touched any of her clients. She just was selling a dream, right? So she's like, yeah, one time I linked up with one of my clients. It was an older guy. And she said she would make excuses that his eggplant was too little for her. So that's why she didn't want to do it. Why did she say that the man went and got surgery to get his stuff bigger just so that they could, get it cracking? She said she went there and they talked or whatever the case may be, and the first thing she asked for when she got there was her money, because one thing that they didn't do was hang out with clients without making money. Basically like sugar daddies. And I'm like, Diamond, I'm like, are you sure y'all gotta sleep with your clients just to do that? And again, both of them was like,
no, you don't have to do that. Like, no, that's not.
If you see me looking this way, I'm looking at my mirror.
No, it's not even like that at all.
So I'm like, okay, like, I'm not a dancer. I don't really know how this stuff goes. Well, anyway, she said that she got her money first and they talked. And when he was trying to get busy, she straight up was like, I'm sorry. I'm on my cycle. We can't do that today. And she was like extremely apologetic and blah, blah, blah. Samantha was like,
yeah, that's how you do it. That's all you gotta do is like, you always just make up some stuff.
I'm like, well, don't y'all ever find yourselves in like a dangerous situation? And Samantha was like,
yes, there's been plenty of times where I was scared, but I always was able to find my way out of the situation.
I still was skeptical about the situation, but still in the back of my head, I'm just like, I mean, I've been cool with these girls. They ain't got no reason to like lie to me for real. But little did I know, right? So we end up hanging up the phone. Samantha calls me maybe like a week later. I was straight like,
Taylor, I'm gonna be honest with you, like,
cap wasn't a word back then, but I'm gonna just say cap. She was like,
I was capping. Like, yes, there's times where I have slept with my clients.
And I'm like, okay, see, that actually makes more sense. Mind you, I still wasn't judging. That's their life, not mine. I'm not doing that. And, and it's crazy because it's like, people will say you are who you hang with, but I was never that girl. I was never a dancer. I never did any type of substances or anything like that. That was never my thing. So so Samantha was just telling me, she just, I guess, just wanted to come clean. She was just straight up honest with me. Mind you, Diamond still wasn't. So I started noticing, I guess maybe Samantha was throwing light shade at Diamond, like trying to say like, yeah, she's lying. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what her intentions were, but whatever the case may be, Samantha came clean. So I'm like, okay, whatever, mind my business. Why did one day I get a call from what her name? I get a call from Diamond, and Diamond tells me, and she's like,
Taylor, please don't tell anybody. Please don't tell anybody. Don't tell Sam that I told you this.
I'm like, okay, like, what happened? She's like,
Me and Sam had a three-way.
and I'm like, my mouth dropped to the floor. I'm like, bro, I linked y'all up so y'all can make money together, not for this. But I'm thinking, like, now that I think about it, I'm like, well, shoot, was this for some money? But I guess they ended up reaching the clouds, if you know what I mean. And Sam finally linked up with Diamond and was like, and I guess they went to Diamond's boyfriend's house. Mind you, Diamond's boyfriend was like this big time tree seller. He sold a lot of trees. And, you know, he made good money with that. And he would always have people at his crib. So I guess Sam pulled up on Diamond at Diamond's boyfriend's house. And they kicked it. Mind you, I'm in LA, not knowing none of this was going on. So she gets to her house, and somehow the conversation of who gives better fellatio or whatever to each other, like to women at that. I guess that conversation somehow came up. How, I don't know. And let's just say they did that with Diamond's boyfriend. So the point of Diamond calling me was she was so upset. She was mad. She said she didn't want to do it. And she said she was just so drunk and all up in the clouds. And she was extremely disappointed that she, I guess, in her eyes, stooped to that level. So she was just calling me to vent. I don't know if she was calling me because she had a guilty conscience that I would somehow find out, or she felt like maybe Samantha would tell me about the situation. But neither here nor there, Samantha did not tell me. And, you know, it was just Diamond that did. So I held that secret. Like I really didn't care, but it got messy when they got into it. And they got into it because one day Samantha had a conversation with Diamond about making money. And I guess Diamond was somewhat in a rut. And she was trying to figure out how to make some extra cash. Right? And Sam was just giving the thing like, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that, like whatever
What you're doing, like, that's not cool. You got to be in a better position. You got kids. Like, this is just not the way to go.
Mind you, Diamond never really hung out with Sam. So they decided to link up. Maybe this was right after. They decided to link up again, and this time Diamond was going to go pick up Samantha from her house. And this is when things get a little messy. Diamond finds out that Sam was still living with her parents. And Diamond was sitting there like, well, this is what she was telling me. Diamond was just like,
I don't know why. Why Sam's all on my back and she's still living with her mom? I got my own place. You know, I'm paying my own bills and whatever the case may be, and she's still living at the crib. She don't have a car and blah, blah, blah. Like, this don't even make any sense.
to be honest, I really don't remember what it was that triggered why they got into it so bad. But let's just say it got to the point where Sam ended up calling CPS on Diamond. Why do girls do that when they get upset with somebody? I don't know. But we kind of figured out that it was her. Only because I was on the phone. Well, okay, so look. Diamond called me one day and was like,
Man, somebody called CPS on me and I don't even know what happened, but I think it was Sam.
And I'm like, really? I don't think she would do that. Like, I don't think it would. There's no reason for it to go that far. You know what I'm saying? And she's like,
I don't know, Taylor. Like, it's just weird. Like, I fall out with her. And all of a sudden, I got this. Somebody's knocking on my door talking about CPS.
I'm just like, I don't know. And so maybe like a couple days go by and I'm like, mind you, now I'm still cool with both of them. But, you know, and it's not like me playing like a both sides type thing. It was just, now we just got to separate. So she's like, I'm on the phone with Sam one day, and Sam was like,
Man, I'm so sick of these B words and blah, blah.
She just going off, right? And then she was like,
You know, I'm the petty type. I'm the type that'll call CPS if I find out that you trying to be one of my enemies.
And when she said that, it was like a whole light bulb. Like, oh, okay, so you did do that. Now, when she did that, it made me, you ever have a friendship turn off? Like something that a friend has done and now it's like, I don't know if I could kick it with you no more after that. And it's not like I was like picking sides, but it was just like based off of principle and morals and things like that. But granted, hey, I don't, like I said, I don't want to judge, but were their morals really all the way there? I don't know. But yeah, so after that, I kind of like slowed down from talking to Samantha after that, because it just, something about that just rubbed me the wrong way. Like, I don't like how you could be cool with somebody, then all of a sudden, right after you're not cool with them, now they every name in the book. But it was like, when we was cool just yesterday, I wasn't none of that. Now all of a sudden I am. I get that they wasn't super cool. They was just getting to know each other, but I don't know. I have no idea how to feel about that situation. But during that time, I felt like I was doing the right thing by removing myself from somebody that I felt was being extremely toxic for no reason. Or nothing that should have led to that extent, you know? I don't know. I'm just really rocking with it. What y'all think? What y'all think? What y'all would have did? Okay, let me speak proper. What would you guys have done? Because, I don't know. I guess that's a tricky situation. But me having kids, that's just not the way to go. Now, mind you, would I say, okay, FYI, I'm not cool with neither one of them anymore. Maybe we'll talk about that in another story time. But mind you, I guess you could say there could have been reasons why CPS should have. I don't know. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to be that girl. I don't want to be that girl. The thing I don't like to be in is mess, but you know. Oh, remember those lashes that I did a couple days ago? Yeah, those lashes I did a couple days ago. They weren't too bad. Yes, I could have applied them way better, but I did end up watching a YouTube shorts on how to apply them properly. Am I gonna do it today? Probably not, but I'm gonna try it again. Cause I'm not really a lash girl, but I would love to get into them a little more. Like just learning how to do my own beauty stuff, you know. About to get ready to try and put this outfit together for y'all. So I will BRB, but in the meantime, just bear with me for a second. I'm just gonna do a few finishing little touches on my makeup, and I'll probably just speed this process up just a little bit. Y'all, my hair broke off so bad. I need a haircut so bad. Like, I know all of this needs to go. So in this picture, she has a darker lip on. And let me tell you something. I am not a lipstick girl. I feel like I look stupid with lips. But not stupid with lips, that sounds crazy. Stupid. I don't know. I just feel like it doesn't suit me. I need to clean it up a little bit. Where's my clean that up? There we go. All right, y'all. That's all I'm gonna really do for the makeup. How you think that looks so far? We're gonna see. I think once it all comes together, we're gonna be good. Okay, see you in the next clip. All right, this is the finished look. Here's the boots, shorts. I got a top, the orange jacket that was showing. And yeah, I think I did it. Got me some sunglasses. I didn't have orange sunglasses, but this is what I came up with. Anyways, I hope you guys liked the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And come holla at me soon. Peace, y'all.